Hi, Lydia. How are you? You look a lot like my niece, Lydia. I'm going to have to pull up a picture and show her to you. Let's see if I can do that. That requires a level of multitasking I don't know if I'm capable of. Let's see. Chris. Hey, Lydia, do you have your bag? Perfect. And then we're also going to need some warm water. So just warm like hot water tap. You don't have to put it in the microwave. In a cup is fine. You don't need a ton of it. So maybe just a coffee cup. Everybody's muted. It's so quiet. I have cats fighting on the other side of the iPad with each other. Okay, here, this is my niece. Do you think she looks anything like you? You can kind of see it a little.
I got my water. My warm water.
I want to put my hands in it because my fingers are cold right now.
Yeah, my hands get really cold a lot too.
Well, it's just suddenly it's like it's winter again. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to keep my eye on the time, but surely we'll have more people come, right? My cat looks like he wants to eat somebody. Here, wait.
Can I see the cat?
Let's see. There's another one that's been chasing them, but I don't know where they went. Oh, we got somebody else. We have Vanessa. Although that doesn't look like a Vanessa. I'm guessing Vanessa is your mom's name. Okay, we just need our bag. And then also we're gonna need some warm water. So just out of the sink is fine. It doesn't have to be steaming hot. And it doesn't have to be a ton either. Just a coffee cup is great. My fingers are so cold. Warm water. And now everybody put all of your warm water into a bathtub, and I will put my hands into it because I'm freezing. But I feel like I had my air conditioning on earlier this week. I'm not allowed to turn the heater on in the same week. And then it looks like we have Kindle. Kindle, if you can make sure that you have your bag. And then also we're gonna need a cup of warm water. You don't have to put it in the microwave, just warm water out of the sink is great. It's about, nope, we still got 2 minutes. I'm multitasking. We actually, I know we had to move. This was supposed to be last week, right? And we couldn't do it. Why couldn't we do it? Who remembers?
Those storms. Yeah.
Did y'all have any storms over there in Trustful? You did? Okay. Well, where I live, our neighborhoods were just completely destroyed. 2 of our schools have been closed down, and I'm not going to be able to go back this year at all. And so I'm organizing work crews, and I've got one starting work this afternoon, and they were all texting me. So I thought I could just text them back before we start. I bet y'all are glad that, well, you know what? I never know. Would you be happy if your school was knocked down or sad? Hopefully you'd be sad. Okay. And then Brittany, I'm assuming you're also at the library.
Yes, I am. Nice to meet you.
If you're gonna follow along, if you've got your bag, you also have some warm water.
Are you going to arm Noah up with stuff in the back there as our test run?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we've got even another couple minutes because we're not quite at 4:30 yet.
Yeah, it's not quite there yet, so at least that long. But do you know if we had planned on coming? Is this about it, or are we missing a few?
We had about, let me check our exact numbers. We had most of the bags picked up. I know we're short at least a couple that did definitely pick up.
Okay. Well, let's give it another minute or two. And while we give it a minute or two, I'm going to tell y'all, I have to be honest. So, you know, Miss Jan is not here, right? Miss Jan's dog ran into her knee and she had to have surgery today. I know, look at that face. And Lydia too, yeah. She shattered her kneecap. And so the doctors at the hospital, I know, doesn't that sound like just about the worst thing that could happen? So the doctors at the hospital, they're giving her what we keep calling a bionic knee. So she gets metal and pins, and she won't be able to walk through the metal detector at the airport anymore without it going off. So we're going to have fun with that. But here's the admission part. So Miss Jan usually does the Harry Potter shows because I am very sorry to admit I'm a bit of a muggle. So you guys, I am so happy that I've been taught some of the incantations and the spells and the charms and things like that. However, if I get something wrong, I won't get the science wrong. I might get the Harry Potter wrong. And so I suppose you guys are not muggles. Am I the only muggle here? Look at that. And I see Baby Yoda down there too. So that's not Harry Potter, but that's still really awesome. So hi, Michaela. Hi, Terrence.
Hey.
Are Michaela and Terrence in the same house because their walls are the same color? Yes, you are. Okay. So anybody that's come in since I did this, you just need your bag. And then before the end, you're going to need a cup of warm water. Doesn't have to be steaming hot. Doesn't have to go in the microwave or anything. Just needs to be like out of the faucet warm. So do the library employees need to make any announcements before we start?
I shouldn't have ate that really spicy cheese. My voice has a tick in it now. No, the main thing we were going to mention currently, We have ACT prep coming up, but I don't think any of y'all are signed up for it. For anybody who hasn't been in, Brittany's now in the teen department, and that was our big announcement for people that haven't been in and seen Brittany in the teen department. That's the big thing. As of today, we've posted the stuff for if you want to do next month's STEAM. The sign up for it's online. It'll be the same relative Thursday in the month as it normally is, not like this weird one because of the storms. And then we have the big thing is there's a cookie making class that's going to be going on in April that we have very limited space for. So if you want to get some cookies and learn how to like bake these cookies and then decorate them all nice, you got to get on it real quick because it's a very limited amount of space. Aside from that, we're closed the weekend for Easter, and next week we will begin we're going to be using sticky notes to decorate the windows. So if you want to decorate the library, stop by sometime next week. Brittany, you have anything?
No, I don't.
All right. So I will kick it over to Melissa.
Okay. So everybody's got their bags, and then if you don't have your warm water quite yet, that's okay. We're going to use it at the end. But we have the very first thing that we need, I have been told, is our wand. And you have one of those in your bag. So first, we need to get our wands out. There, I see several. Okay, now, the cool thing about this particular wand is that you guys can personalize. I have seen, like I said, while I don't usually teach the Harry Potter class, I have gone to many a Harry Potter class, and some of the kids that come to them over and over, they have made their wands personalized. So sometimes they'll paint them, and sometimes there'll be glitter added to them. So if y'all want to do something fun afterwards, that's definitely something cool, so that you'll have your own personalized wand after, if you come back to another class like this. So we have our magic wand, but I have been taking a crash course in Harry Potter. And so I've been told that there are certain charms and certain things that you can do. And a shark tooth is protection. Am I right on that? Shark tooth is protection. So if you pull out this little baggie, you'll see we're going to make a shark tooth necklace charm. I wish you still had your Harry Potter Lego wand. I would like to see that. So this is actually not just regular wizarding protection, but this is going to be real scientific protection too. And I'll tell you why. First, okay, we've got these. It's hard for me to show them to you without them rolling out of my hand. We have these beads in addition to the shark tooth. Does anybody have an idea what these beads might be? They do something special. So they're not always clear beads. There are times that they turn colors. When do you think that they might turn colors? Any ideas? So normally I would try to get you to test it out yourself, but since I don't know exactly where everybody is, I'm going to show you. Okay, if you look at my beads right now, they're just white, but I'm going to find the sunlight and I'm going to sit them in the sunlight. Now, it might be too bright for you to see, but if I look at them again, are they still clear plastic beads? They've changed colors, right? Anybody have an idea of why they might have changed colors? No. So you're changed. Yes, they did change. And the reason why they changed colors is that look, Hunter's gone. What do you want to bet he's at the window? Did you go to the window? Did they change? Okay. So if you go outside on a bright day, they'll change a lot because of the heat from the solar energy. You're almost there, but not quite. It's not heat, but UV light that changes it. So there's light that we can all see with our eyes. We call that the visible light spectrum. So we see the rainbow, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. But there's other parts of the light spectrum too. Part of that is called UV light, ultraviolet light. We can't see it with our eyes, but I wonder if Lydia, my redheaded friend, knows what UV light does to somebody who has red hair. Any ideas? What does UV light do? I don't know if she's typing or if we lost her. I think she's typing. I see her. She's getting excited. Let's see. She's working on it. It changes colors. Your hair? I hope not, but your skin does, right? Usually your skin burns. That's right. Usually people with red hair have really fair skin and they burn real easy. So ultraviolet light can cause you to have sunburn. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 beads on this necklace. Okay. Then you're going to put your shark tooth next on the necklace. It doesn't matter which color because all of the beads, they end up being different colors. So I don't know which colors you have. Oh, I said 2 beads. It looks like y'all have 6. So put 3 on one side and 3 on the other. Okay. So you can just do it before you tie it. It doesn't. And then you put 3 on the other side. Let's see. Oh, I didn't realize voice wasn't unlocked. Okay. Got it. It's so nice. We just lock it. I'm going to have a part of me when we go back to regular classes that misses being able to say, okay, everybody mute yourselves, because that's sure an easy way to get people quiet.
I've got it locked, so we're
fine.
just us on the camera, so we can throw it up on the YouTube for the people that missed it. And so that's yeah, and we don't want anyone else appearing, and so that's the idea. So.
I totally understand. So what you should have is 3 of your beads on one side, a shark tooth, and then 3 more beads on the other side. And then when you're done with that, you can just tie it in a knot. Make sure you leave it long enough. I think Terrence, he was saying that he did not want to hit unmute so that he could record people. So if you have a question, just type it in. So now I've got my shark tooth protection necklace, but it doesn't just offer me the shark tooth protection. It also offers me UV protection. So I know if these beads change color, then I am where the UV light can get to me and I need to put sunblock on. If you want to do other experiments with the UV beads, one thing that's nice is you can put sunblock on your UV beads and the UV light will be blocked. And even if you're out in the sun, they won't change colors. You can try putting them underneath a pair of sunglasses. And basically, yes, your shark tooth has metal on it. If you look closely, that metal is there to provide something to hook it onto the string. Does that make sense? Is part of the metal holding to the shark tooth and the other part is kind of a loop at the top? Do you see? So that way you can just string it on there. All right. So now we have a protection charm, both from the dark arts as well as protection from the sun's UV rays. All right. Next thing that we're going to get out of our bag is there's a blue tube. And then there's 2 little tubes in there. One of them is blue and it says dish soap. The other one is white and it says rheoscopic concentrate. You want the one that's white that says rheoscopic concentrate, and the bigger tube that looks like this that is blue. Okay. So if we've all got that, let me give you a little background first. So no, Terrence, what you're holding up, you don't want that. That's going to be used later. Perfect. That is correct. All right. So I have learned all about unicorn blood. That sounds kind of awful, right? Terrence, what you need? Did you find the right stuff? Okay, I'm gonna keep going until I see something else. So with unicorn blood, what happens? It can offer you some protection, right? If you drink it, if you're about to die, it'll keep you from dying, right? The metal on my shark tooth does not have a loop. So put the shark tooth necklace aside. At the end when he unlocks voice. We'll see what we can do to get your shark tooth necklace to work, okay? Worst case scenario, we'll see about getting you a new one. But we're going to do this. So Terrence, get this tube out and the rheoscopic solution out. And so, but if you drink unicorn blood, even though it'll keep you from dying, it means you're going to have a cursed life, right? So we don't want real unicorn blood, but maybe we can fool people into thinking we have unicorn blood. We know that it's blue and that it shines silver in the moonlight. So we've got this, and all this is blue water with food coloring in it. It doesn't look that extraordinary. I don't think we can fool anyone. But then we have this little tube that's got that big word on it, rheoscopic. And all rheoscopic means, or all that this is it's got these tiny little particles that don't quite mix in with the water. So we're going to carefully, so that we don't spill anything, open this one first, the small one, okay, and set it to the side. And then, since you can't set this one down, don't accidentally do it, it's round on the bottom. Open the blue water tube, and then empty the contents of the rheoscopic solution into your blue water tube. Ooh, there's more in there than I thought. It keeps squeezing. Goodness, that's a lot. Okay. And then after you've got it all in there, close this one back again. And then you're going to give it a good shake. Okay. Now it takes a minute for the bubbles to kind of settle. But once the bubbles settle, you start to see how that stuff is just sort of swirling around in there. Turn it upside down and right side up again, and just sort of look at the way that the solution works. I feel like we could maybe fool some people into thinking that we have real unicorn blood, because this isn't something that you normally see just hanging out, is this cool kind of solution. Michaela, yes, ma'am. We're gonna get to, so don't worry about anything else in the bag. I'm gonna get to everything in the bag, okay? So we have got our unicorn blood so that we can trick people into thinking that we have some. Now I'll tell you a little bit about the science behind it too. Is that one, I did not get directions for what you just said. Hang on, let me go back and read the chat. I didn't quite see that. I did not get the directions of what you just did. Can you please say them again? Okay, so you just open up this tube and open up this tube and combine them. So you're squeezing all of the contents of the rheoscopic concentrate into the blue water. Then you're closing it again and you're shaking it up and you're seeing how it looks. Now, one thing that's neat about it is that we use this to sort of help us understand how currents work. If this water was just plain blue, we would maybe think that the water was perfectly still inside of here. But it's not. You can see how much it's moving around by looking at the rheoscopic solution. If that water wasn't moving, it would all just be sitting there, but it's not. And you can get it to behave in different ways by doing different things. You can turn it around just in circles and you'll start to see it start to swirl. And that's something that sort of, if you just do it like this and then like this, that's sort of mimicking the movement of the earth, right? Because the earth spins on an axis, which is not straight up and down, is it? It's at an angle. And then it revolves around the sun. And so that's why we have ocean currents, is because the earth is constantly in motion. And so its water is constantly in motion. Okay. So we have that. Now, somebody was asking about the snow. We are going to get to the snow. But first, we must get to, yes, you see sparkles in the water. That's part of that rheoscopic solution. And you know what's funny is one of the things that it's commonly used in is shampoo and conditioner. So if you've got shampoo that kind of looks like pearl, like a pearl color, sort of a sparkly, shiny color, it's because it's got in there. It's not, it doesn't have that in there to make it do anything. It's just got that in there to make it pretty. So we want our black sheet. Now I told you guys to get some warm water, but it completely slipped my mind that you also need some regular water. So I'm going to give you guys a second. In this white cup, you need to get some water. You can fill it up. Don't fill it up so much that it spills everywhere. Just, I'm going to fill mine up with my water bottle. Okay. That's about 9 ounces. And then I'm going to do this. Because water's good for you. All right. So you should have gotten out your black plastic sheet. Okay. And lay it on the table in front of you. Now, you need to have your wand handy. Okay. And then you're going to get your water and have it close by. But then, look, we have instant snow. So just crack that open. Let's see how hard this is going to be to open. Let's see if there's a place you can tear it. Oh, look, mine's on the bottom. I don't know if yours is too, but there's a little pull tab down at the bottom. So find, look, where that little split. Do you see? If yours is in the same place as mine, if you're looking at it like this, it's in the bottom left corner. Yes, sir, Terrence? Okay, I'm going to wait for him to tell me his question, but do you fill the white cup up with water? Yes, you fill the white cup up with water. So that needs water in it. You need to lay out your black sheet and you need to get this completely. Yes, like I said, you don't need it to be overflowing, but fill it all the way to mostly the top. Okay, and you're just going to pour that in the middle. Let's see if I can get this in the middle of your black sheet. Do y'all see? Now, who has read the books and watched the movie? You've seen everything, you know everything about Harry Potter. Anybody? You think you know a lot about Harry Potter? Not me. Hunter, I think, does. So do y'all remember a scene where Ron accidentally makes snow? He made it snow. And it was an accident. He was trying to do something else. I can't remember what. I'll have to look up for Hunter since he's an expert and tell you. So he made a mistake, and nobody knows what the incantation was. They just know that he accidentally made it snow. So we're going to make it snow. We don't know the incantation, but you can still use your wand anyway. And you can also use Engorgio, because that means get bigger. So as we pour water on the snow, it's going to get bigger. So using your wand and your water, just pour it slowly onto the snow crystals and see what happens. I've read all the books and watched the first 4 movies. Okay, well, I'll figure out which one it is. So do this and see what happens. Engorgio. Is anything happening? I see smiles. Okay. If some of your water sort of escaped to the sides, let me see if I can do this. You can just sort of mix it up. It feels pretty cold because the water I used was pretty cold. So we have made snow, right? Is it real snow? Vanessa says, well, Vanessa's child says, oof. What happened that made you say oof? So it might feel a little bit like real snow, but is it really snow? Give me a thumbs up. Yes, it's really real snow. Or a thumbs down. No, it's not real snow. Anyone? Thumbs up. Yes, real snow. The water spilled, but the snow. Uh-oh, let's see. I'm worried what happened. The water spilled. Hang on. I can't read the whole thing. But the snow just went to the edges of the water. Yeah, that should be, look, take your whole thing and sort of get the snow and the water mixed back together. It should continue to grow. So the amount of snow that was in there was enough to accommodate the 9 ounces of water that we poured on it. Now I'll tell you the science behind it. Instant snow is actually a polymer. What is that a drawing of? I'm not even sure. It's a person. Are they digging a hole? Are they shoveling snow? I'll ask after. Okay. So we've made snow, but it's not real snow. Real snow is frozen precipitation, right? There's different kinds of snow. Some of them have weird names. One that I learned this year is grapple. Did y'all hear that at all this year? Is something called grapple. So we were saying, wow, there's this weird snow outside. It looks just like little styrofoam pellets, and it's blowing everywhere. So it is a type of snow that's specifically called grapple. There's snowflakes, there's sleet, there's frozen rain. So there's all sorts of different kinds, but all of those things have one thing in common. It is water that's at a very cold temperature. The temperature needed to, it's all over your hands now. The temperature needed to make real snow is about 32 degrees, because that's the temperature in which water freezes. But we can make this at any temperature. And the reason why is because rather than being frozen water, it's actually a polymer called sodium polyacrylate. And this sodium polyacrylate, each little individual crystal can absorb up to 500 times its own weight in water. So some of the things that they use it for is industrial spills. So if they spill some liquid, especially if it's a dangerous chemical, all over the place, rather than having to mop it up and drain it, mop it up and drain it, they can pour something like this over it. It absorbs the liquid, and then they can sweep it away. You might have seen something similar in your school lunchroom if you go to a regular school that they do for if someone throws up. Nobody wants to be mopping that up. So they sprinkle something on it, it absorbs the liquid part, and then they can just sweep it up. So if let's see. The best way to get rid of this is just to try to pick it up and roll the sides up and set it to the side. If you're able to do something like this, that's fabulous. But you can, something about sprinkles and throw up that I don't think I want to read. So you guys can play with this later. Actually, if you put it out in the sun, it can dry out and you can use it again. But I like it because I enjoy putting my fingers in it and feeling what it feels like. So that's one of the uses for it. Another use is actually kind of funny. I usually like to tell people this, that when they have their hands all in it and it's all over their fingers, that this is what you would find in a baby's diaper. I like your potions. Good job. This is what you would find in a baby's diaper. So how might that be a good thing to have in a baby's diaper? And I'll tell you why. Think about it. It absorbs liquid. So instead of what comes out of a baby ending up all over the floor, it is absorbed by the polymer and held in one spot. And then you can just throw it away and you don't have to mop anything up, which is real good. All right. So let's see. What have we done so far? We have our shark's tooth necklace, which is a protection charm. Oh, and we have our wands. We have made some unicorn blood that we can fool people with, but we don't want real unicorn blood because it can be very dangerous, right? And we have made our instant snow, even though we can't remember the spell that Ron used to make it. But we're going to use another Engorgio spell. Remember, I told you that you could use Engorgio when we did the snow because it gets bigger. Well, now we're going to do something else that gets bigger and bigger. And it involves do not drink the fake unicorn blood. It's not going to do much to you, but is it a good idea to ever drink or eat something that is not meant to be eaten or ingested in any way? It's a bad plan. So no, it is not. That is right, Michaela. So we should always, and I think this is a good, you might die. It wouldn't quite do it with this, but according to Harry Potter, the rest of your life will be cursed. Okay, Hunter just said the perfect thing, and that is the best way to word it that I have ever seen. Do not eat science. So normally what I say is a good rule of thumb is that you should never try to eat, drink, or lick anything that we do in a science class. But I think do not eat science is what I'm going to say from now on. Thank you so much, Hunter. That was perfect. Okay, so the next experiment is messy. So we have what I was told is a potion pad, but for a muggle like me, I know what it really is. This is a puppy pee pad. So don't worry, it doesn't have any puppy pee on it. But it is a potion pad. Let's be serious. It's a potion pad. So this helps to absorb anything that spills. And if you can tell, one side of it feels a little bit like a shower curtain, and the other side of it feels a little bit like toilet paper. You want the toilet paper side up, okay? Because that's the absorbent side. And then the shower curtain-y side kind of helps anything from getting through to the table. So let me see if I can't get all of my stuff. I'm operating on a fairly small table right here. So I'm trying to do this. Perfect. Okay. And the things that are left in your bag are the things that we're going to use. You have this, okay, the brown construction paper tube. It does have something in it. If you open it up, it's hydrogen peroxide. Terrence, you said you're on a small table. Here's the thing. I mean, mine's really small. It looks like you're on a bigger one than mine. Is that, that's a good question. Whoever asked if there is instant snow in the puppy pad. No, it is just using cotton as the absorbent factor. It doesn't have any sodium polyacrylate in it. Sorry, I got distracted by that question. So if your table is so small that the whole potion pad does not fit on it, then you might want to go to a bigger table, because this does generate a lot of let's call it product. If you can't get the whole pad to fit on your table, it will likely overflow. So you're going to want to take this and just set it in the middle of your potion pad, right? And you guys might have seen this before. We've called it elephant toothpaste when we've done it before. And you guys are, oh, look how excited Michaela is. Did you know you are making your own elephant toothpaste today? Okay. So then let's see. We want to, well, you know what? Normally I say open the lid, but let's wait and do our mixing. You should not be scared, Lydia. You're okay. All right. So does everybody have their warm water? Okay. Make sure. Well, Terrence, I'm not going to force you to make it, but it's more fun if you do. Okay, so what we're going to do is I need you to get your, boom, good job, your hot water. Mine's in a big jug, okay? And you're going to, that same water cup that we used, yeah, lukewarm is okay. Mine's pretty lukewarm too. Basically, we just want it warm enough for the yeast to sort of dissolve. But if you think you need to go and warm yours up and get a fresh cup of warm water, go ahead and do that now, and we'll wait. Yeah, it looks like people are going to do that. So we're going to give it a second while people refresh their water if they're afraid that it's a little too lukewarm now. As cool as it is in my house, I had to put mine in this or it'd be cold already. So once you have it, and we'll wait until I see that everybody's come back. Look at Alexis's table. Or are you trying to show me what it looks like? That's fine, Alexis. You'll be good on that. And it looks like you're in a storage room. Are you actually at the library? No, are you at your house? But it looks like you're like in the garage or something. It's a place where a little bit of a mess can be made, right? I think you'll be fine. It looked big enough. So we'll wait for Hunter to get back, but go ahead and pour this. It doesn't need to be super full, but maybe about halfway full. And then we'll just sort of, everybody can kind of quiet. Oh, there he is. Okay. So Hunter, this cup that we used for the instant snow, no, that one's too big, Michaela. Do you have this little white cup? Michaela, you don't want to make it that big. We don't want everything to explode. Michaela, you should have a little white cup. Look, see how small it is? There you go. Yeah, let's not blow anything up. So that's, did y'all get a, look, y'all are all holding up that, that plastic cup. That was not, yeah, don't use that one. Let's use this one, okay? If you've got a clear plastic cup in your bag, I'm not sure why it was not included in the bag that I got, but I think that if you use that one, it'll be too big. Maybe that one was what was intended for the snow. So you might be able to experiment with the snow and add a little bit more water. Because now that I think about it, I kept saying 9 ounces This is not 9 ounces. This is less than 9 ounces. So you should be able to add more water to the snow later on, but we definitely don't want to add too much. And you're absolutely right with the boom. We don't want boom. So we want this cup about halfway full with warm water. And Lydia's so excited about this. She's moving on. Okay. You should also have a stirrer. Okay. And a packet of yeast. And we're going to take that yeast packet. Now, listen, we're only going to pour about half of it. It's not a perfect measurement, about half. It's not like I'm saying do exactly 1 teaspoon. No, just pour about half of that package into the warm water. Okay. And then, and it smells. Y'all smell it? What does the yeast smell like? I always think it smells like fresh bread baking, but not quite as good as that. Hunter, look, can you restart? Okay, so Hunter, get the white cup, the very small one, not the clear plastic one, okay? The white cup, the small one, and fill it about halfway with warm water. That's okay. Fill it about halfway with warm water. So the small cup, halfway with warm water. Then pour about half of that package of yeast into that cup. And you're going to get something that looks kind of disgusting. If you see this, do y'all see? Ugh. Sort of like, I don't know, sewage. You're really wanting things to blow up, I think. I'm looking at these pictures that he's drawing. So make sure, yes, I see it, Terrence. That's looking right. It looks like fish food. It shouldn't look like fish food once you stir it. Keep stirring it, and it should sort of look like, I don't know, what does it look like? If you left milk out for too long and it started to get lumpy. Am I the only one that's done that? Is that bad to admit? I've totally done that before. What else? What does it look like? Maybe if you mixed yogurt and water together and shook it up real good, it would look like this. So you have it. Ew. Okay. So get it nice and stirred up and then put that off to the side. Okay. Now, this bottle, it smells like dry oatmeal. What kind of oatmeal do you eat that has yeast in it? You want this bottle, and remember, it's hydrogen peroxide. Now, while you will not have your skin melt off if you touch this, it's best to attempt to not get a bunch on your skin, but it's not dangerous either. So we want to open this bottle all the way, not just the little red cap, but all the way. Open it, put it in the middle of your potion pad because we want all of the extra to flow onto the pad. If you put it on one side, then it's going to end up making a mess. Okay. So you've got your yeasty water cup. Oh, wait, I missed a step. Look, dish soap. You got your dish soap? Perfect, Terrence, I see. Okay, pour that into the brown wrapped bottle. So just pour all of the dish soap, sorry, my voice, into the brown wrapped bottle. Go ahead and get it all in there. Oh, my little cap is falling off into it. This wanted to go into it. Listen to the noise. Okay. All right, I'm going to wait until it looks like everyone has done that. Still squeezing. Still squeezing. Lydia's ready for the next step, I can tell. She's like, I want this to go. Wait for us. Okay. So then once everybody squeezed their bottles in, we can do this in one of two ways. I'm going to do mine now, and I am going to show you mine as I do it. You don't you don't really need to shake your bottle. I mean, it should be fine if you do. But yeah, it got bubbly because it's dish soap. Dish soap gets bubbly. You can kind of swirl it around if you want to, but it should be okay. I'm gonna do mine now. If you want to wait a second and do yours after you watch mine, that's fine. You can do it at the same time, or you can wait for a second and you can do it where everyone can see it afterwards. All right. The other thing is, don't forget your wand. I've lost my wand under the puppy pee pad. I mean, potion pad. There it is. Hang on. Wand. Very important. So we are going to do the spell. We're going to use Engorgio because that makes things bigger, right? All right. Because I am not quite that talented, I'm gonna have to just mentally use my wand and use my hand to hold. Okay, I think now don't try this at home on a small table like I am, but we're gonna see what we can do. All right, let's see if I can hold this. All right, are you ready? Engorgio. Ooh, it smells like dish soap. Hang on. It's still going. Wait, where's my wand? Engorgio. It keeps getting bigger, y'all. It smells so clean. I see Terrence going. Terrence is making a mess. I see it. Oh, wait, I want to watch Lydia. I see she's been waiting. Okay, Lydia, let's see yours. There it goes. Okay, now don't touch it, but put your hand over it and tell me what or you can't tell me, but you should feel heat. You might even be able to see some steam rising up from it if your house is as cold as mine. I see steam on Lydia's. Lydia, I can see the steam on yours. Does anybody else see steam? So this is a chemical reaction. Not all chemical reactions are so dangerous that you have to do them in a lab. Different chemical reactions have different levels of, oh, look, Kendall, I like yours, I see. So burning is a type of chemical reaction that we do in our house all the time. Also, baking soda and vinegar is a chemical reaction that you've probably done before. But this particular chemical reaction is called an exothermic chemical reaction, which means it produces heat during the chemical reaction. So that's why you feel heat coming off of it, is because that chemical reaction is producing heat. Has everybody done theirs? Hunter, did you do yours? Yes. He's cleaning up, so he's done his. Vanessa's son, because I don't know your name. Have you done yours? Yes? Okay. So I think everybody has done hers. So those are all the spells and potions that we have, but I'm not going to leave yet. But in order to talk about it, we might need to end the recording and allow chat to come back on so that we can talk about all the stuff we just did.